it's through the natural things that like I feel closest to God.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's the long, slow process of it. It requires you to slow down, and that's not a bad thing,
Yeah.
especially like, in our world. We need to slow down in order to hear God's voice.
Welcome to The Home and the Maker, sharing advice and encouragement about all topics homemaking and homesteading, and honoring the maker in all of it. Join Megan from Shine.fm for today's conversation.
It's not just the food we buy from the store that can have unwanted and damaging ingredients to our bodies. Personal care products can also have toxic ingredients too. If you want to learn a thing or two about making beautiful, non-toxic soap bars and other personal care products, you're in the right place today, because Brie from The Bubble Boutique is joining me on the podcast to talk about the why behind her non-toxic personal care product business. Thanks for coming on the podcast today, Brie.
Thanks for having me.
So how did this start? Why did you decide to start making non-toxic soaps and other products?
So it was super spontaneous, really. I didn't have much thought going into
Hmm.
it. I kind of just went all into it. So I guess it started when my husband and we wanted to make some lifestyle changes.
Hmm.
So we had two miscarriages sort of back to back, one in June of 2021, the other one in September of
Hmm.
2021. We had a big move, not a huge move. I mean, we were still in the same state, but it was a
Any
big move for us.
any move is a big move.
Yeah, any move is a big move, especially when, it's like pandemic time and you're in
Yeah.
your early years of marriage. So we had our big move, and we just had a lot of like lifestyle or like, yeah, life changes all at once. And we were looking at our lifestyle, and we wanted to improve our health
Hmm.
for the sake of building our family and for ourselves, for our own well-being, to be able to manage grief and
Yeah.
pastoral ministry. So we just started taking a look at it holistically, mostly because we don't have health insurance like from our church. Like we have to um, pay for that like on our own. Like some
Yeah.
people will get their insurance through their job. We can't get our insurance through our job. So we're trying to look at things like the frugal way, and it ended
Yeah.
up being the better way for us.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Sorry to hear about your miscarriages and just the grief that can cause. And so you kind of poured a lot into this journey now of healing yourself holistically and looking into those products. So why make them instead of like searching for different holistic products to just buy at the store? Why make them?
Sure, I love the process of it. I love the slowness of it. I
Hmm.
love the intentionality of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's a worshipful practice
Mm.
to just be able to slow down and to just engage with more natural things, because I feel like we're just so out of touch with like what's real and what's not,
Yeah.
you know? So yeah, for me, like it's worth it to like spend the time to render the animal fat and then make it into soap. So I guess like all in all, it'd be like a month-long process. But
Wow.
yeah.
Um, so just to like kind of lay the background of your business, like how many different kinds of products do you offer?
Oh boy. Well, it's kind of constantly shifting. I'm trying to narrow down my catalog, but I just keep like creating new and different stuff. I need to decide what's gonna be in the catalog and what's gonna stay and what's just there for a little bit. But I make bar soap for hands, face, body. I make laundry powder. I make dish blocks, like sustainable dish blocks. You use your sponge and yeah. I make like sink and dish scrub. I make like liquid soap, shampoo and conditioner bars, bath additives like bath teas, bath salts, bath fizzy powders. Um, Tallow skincare. I'm big into tallow skincare.
Yeah.
It's probably like our best seller. It's kind
Oh,
of it's trending.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, lots of
So
stuff.
I love this. So on your website, when I was looking this morning, it said at the bottom of the page, skin loves a short list of ingredients, no toxic chemicals or endocrine disruptors, real ingredients you can pronounce. So for someone listening who doesn't know what endocrine disruptors are, can you kind of get into that a little bit, what they are, why we avoid them?
Sure, yeah. So endocrine disruptors are the chemicals that, I mean, essentially disrupt your endocrine system. So they change your hormones in a way that is not beneficial to our bodies. So for example, like phthalates, they'll disrupt your hormones and
Mhm.
it takes a toll on your body.
Yeah.
So for somebody who's trying to get pregnant, like
Hmm.
me, we don't want a hormone disruptor. We
Right.
want our body to be able to do its thing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So with the ingredients, where do you source all of these things? Do you have like somewhere you're buying online that you're finding all I'm sure there's a lot of different things that go into what you're making.
Yeah. So as far as like tallow goes, I need to get tallow. Tallow is rendered beef fat.
Mhm.
Just in case a listener does not know what it is. I need to get it from multiple different farms because I go through hundreds of pounds a year.
Wow.
So most of my tallow actually comes from New York, where my parents live.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just whatever farms have it. The other oils, I like Azure Standard.
Mhm.
Have you heard of Azure
Yes.
Standard
Yeah.
before? I love Azure Standard. So you can get like bulk clean ingredients. You can get organic ingredients for cheaper. So I'll get bulk oils from there. I'll get coconut oil from there and like extra virgin olive oil and
Yeah.
all the other sorts of stuff. The lye, which is the scary part of soap making, but there's no lye left over in homemade soap. It's just a part of the chemical process. I get my lye from like bulk apothecary,
Okay.
just another supplier.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, how much of your time? I mean, I didn't realize that the soap making process, if you're doing like, I'm guessing that's for a bar soap, is that it takes a month to make that?
Yeah, it takes a month with like the curing time. So like, okay, I'm gonna walk you through soap making real fast. So, okay, so you're taking fat of some sorts,
Mhm.
oils, avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, rendered beef fat, whatever your recipe has. Very important to have exact measurements with the recipe so you don't have leftover lye in your recipe.
Okay.
And then you take your lye and you take water, and those things are being mixed together to make your soap batter. The lye water first, and then the fat.
Hmm. Yeah.
You take a stick blender. If you've seen like a video of like how soap making goes, you'll be able to get a better picture of it. But on a podcast, I feel like it's difficult to give you a picture. And then you stick blend it until it makes a trace and it looks like a pudding
Okay.
mixture. And you put it in your soap loaf, and then that will harden like over the course of like a day or two. And then you can get it out of the soap mold and you can chop it up, whatever size you want those bars to be. And then those bars need to sit on your shelf for like a month before you're ready to sell them or ready to use them.
Gotcha. Wow. So, how much time a week then? I guess the longest part of that process is just letting them sit on the shelves. But how much time a week would you say you devote to making these products, whether it's soap or like the shampoo bars or laundry powder?
I would say about 20 hours a week.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. So can a pretty soap bar, because this was probably my thought going into it, and I feel like the answer is yes, but can a pretty soap bar actually clean off germs from your hands?
Yes. Yeah. It's
Because of the
soap.
lye? What does the lye do?
Okay, so the lye changes the fat into soap.
Okay.
So you're not left over with lye anymore. You're left over with soap. You're
Hmm.
left over with glycerin,
Okay.
another cleansing ingredient that's emollient on your skin. And then you're left over with a bit of the fat that's inside of your recipe.
Okay.
So when you're making a soap recipe, you don't want like all of the lye to cancel out all of the fat,
Hmm.
right? You want some fat left over to nourish your skin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when making like a laundry soap recipe, you do want all of the lye to cancel out all of the fat so you have no fat like left over in your soap so it doesn't
Right.
like clog your drains and
Yeah.
it's super cleansing, but that's not something you want to use on your skin.
Right. Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So then what part of the process do all the fun scents come in?
I add the essential oils after the soap batter comes to trace. So we have my lye water, right?
Yeah.
Like I have my water, I add my lye to it, and
Hmm.
then I add that lye water to whatever fat mixture I have.
Okay.
Stick blend it, comes to a pudding-like trace,
Yeah.
and then I add in my essential oils
Okay.
into the mixture.
Gotcha. That's so fun. So now the essential oils, you probably get that from wherever you source all your ingredients and stuff from, but how fun is it to like figure out new scents and to blend the scents together?
So much fun. I have a lot of fun making just a bunch of random creative recipes. I think my favorite recipe was one where I used tomato puree
Oh,
because tomatoes are good for your skin, but you don't
huh.
want to like put on a label tomato bar because
Yeah.
nobody's gonna buy a tomato bar. So you put on the label brightening bar because that's what the tomato puree does. It
Yeah.
brightens your skin with the vitamins and the
Yeah.
lycopenes and all that fun stuff inside
So
of it.
interesting, man. I feel like you've like when you dive into something like that, you just learn so much. So it's awesome to hear that all of the inside scoop of all of that. So, as you've worked on improving your health holistically, especially with the personal care products, have you noticed a difference, say, in how your skin feels because you're using these products that are better for you?
Yeah, both me and my husband do. My husband has psoriasis on
Okay.
his arm. I have very dry skin.
Mhm.
And we also have really hard water where we live.
Okay. Gotcha.
So hard water does not feel good on your skin, especially dry skin and skin with psoriasis. So yeah, after we made the swap to the all natural stuff, we immediately saw a difference. And we're not turning back. We've gone on like vacation where we've had to use like some of the stuff that we feel
Yeah.
iffy about, and it weirds us out every time. Or if we walk into like a Bath and Body Works and we're
Yeah.
like, oh, this smell really lovely, and now I feel like I'm gonna die. Um, so
Gotcha.
yeah, it makes a difference. Once
Yeah.
you go on the crunchy train, I feel like it's really hard to get off the crunchy
Right.
train.
So,
But in a
okay.
good way though.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
for sure. You realize what you're using is better for you, and taking better care of your body. A personal question, just from my experience, I went to a farmer's market and bought a shampoo bar and tried it. It made my hair so oily. I'm like, this is supposed to
Mm.
be the opposite of what I
Yeah.
should get from a shampoo bar. So, like, what is the remedy for that?
I should send you a shampoo bar. I'm wondering if your maker actually sold you a bar of soap that
Mm,
has extra castor oil in it.
okay.
Because in some shampoo bar recipes that aren't a true shampoo bar, it's just a soap with extra fat. So it leaves your hair feeling weird
Yes, it definitely did.
because of the pH difference. Like
Okay.
it's fine on your skin, the pH difference feels just fine on your skin. But yeah, you notice it on your hair. So maybe an apple cider vinegar rinse.
Okay. I did
One
try that.
part. Yeah, did it help?
I think it did a little bit, but I also think
Okay.
I was just like, this is not sustainable for me
Yeah.
to
I
keep
need to
doing
send
this.
you a shampoo bar. I'm
I
gonna
want to
send you
try
a
one.
good
So my last question for you, and you kind of touched on this at the beginning, which I love, but as you've walked this process of learning how to make these products that are wholesome for the body, what has that taught you about God, or what has God revealed to you through this process of these whole pure ingredients coming together? Like, what has He shown
Mhm.
you?
Yeah. I think I touched on it a little bit earlier, but soap making is a worshipful practice for me.
Hmm.
Um, and that's because, well, it would be less worshipful if I was using ingredients that weren't real, right? Like I wasn't as connected to like what God made. Like God
Hmm.
made that cow that I can use the
Yeah.
fat to the soap, and God made these plants that we can make these essential oils from, and God made the tomato that I can put into a bar soap. So, um, yeah, like it's through the natural things that like I feel closest to God.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's the long, slow process of it. It requires you to slow down, and that's not a bad thing,
Yeah.
especially like, in our world. We need to slow down in order to hear God's voice. And for someone like me, I'm a very busybody. I don't like slowing down. I actually hate it. And I think anybody who knows me knows that it is really difficult for me to sit still. Um, I'm constantly doing some sort of project. So for a project to be long and slow and like more connected to the earth and more connected to what God made, that's a way for me to feel closer to God.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Well, thank you.
And growing the ingredients of yourself is
Do
fun too.
you?
I do with some of them. I mean, I don't have cows
Yeah.
or goats. We live in a parsonage, and our parsonage is essentially like in the church parking lot.
Okay.
So we have like a little bit of land to grow some stuff, but yeah, whatever I can grow, I do grow. So I'll grow like calendula and tomatoes and pumpkins, and we have like some of those like stacker planters that
Oh,
we
yeah.
can grow stuff on. So whatever I
Awesome.
can grow within our space, I like
Yeah.
to.
That's amazing. Well, Brie, thank you so much for sharing about your business, the process behind making soap, the why behind just why you're doing this, and how it's bringing you closer to God. And so that's so cool. I wish I had the ability to make soap. So, I mean, it just seems like such a
Ew,
therapeutic process.
you can. You
Well,
can. I
thank
believe
you.
in you.
Thank you. If you are listening and you want to check out Brie's business, her website is just simply thebubbleboutique.shop, and that's where you can find all of her products. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Home and the Maker podcast. And for other podcasts from Shine.fm, visit the Shine.fm podcast channel.